Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video I'm going to be going over the trivia missions. This is to get, I believe they're dolls, I'm not really sure. It's the energy basically that you need to use for the current roadmap. This energy right here is going to be scary dolls for one of the last mini events for the Halloween event. You need to get pretty much all of these. We did get some compensation and you should have that in your inbox, because one of these missions is actually quite hard to complete, and the compensation is rewarding you for the completion reward plus one of the extra rewards as well. That is 80 total, but we did get compensated 100, so that is obviously pretty decent because that just gives you an extra couple of stage attempts if you somehow fail them, and those stages are very easy. But these are the missions. There are 15 of these missions, and obviously you need to complete these. These are trivia missions. Some of these you might have completed already just randomly, because some of them are pretty straightforward. For instance, some of them are like using materials and stuff like that. But I will simply put on the screen right now what each of these missions entail you to do. That way you can get all of these scary dolls for the roadmap. And here we have them. We have the first mission is We Are the Walking Dead, is kill 300 walkers. You've probably done that quite quickly already. The second mission is Flawless Victory. This is raids with everyone alive at the end. You have to win 100 of these. This might not have been completed. Best Served Cold. This is what we got the compensation for, and it's revenge raids 50 times. This is actually really difficult to do. I would not kill yourself doing this, honestly. It can take legitimately hours and hours and hours to do just to even hit like 5 or 10. It's ridiculous. Are You Not Entertained is the next one, where you have to get 50 wins in arena, so that you would have to use some arena tickets if you obviously didn't keep up with this free to play. Obsession is the next one, where you have to do 30 friendly duels. On to the next 5, we have Shot in the Line of Duty. You have to use hollow point rounds on world stages 5 times. The next mission is Healing Hand, where you can use any healing item 10 times. Again, probably on world map, but it probably will work on road maps as well. The next one is called Helping Hand, where your faction have to hire your supporters 30 times. There are some road maps that require some of the more recent awakened characters like Lee, Negan, and Cal. These characters might not be available to everybody, so make sure you put those characters as your faction supporters, as that can help. But just promote in your faction to get your faction supporters actually used. That way you can get this mission done. Next one is Something to Fear, where you have to attack faction assault at least 2 times. This should be pretty straightforward. And the 10th mission is called Trusted Allies, where you yourself have to hire faction support 10 times. This is obviously going to help towards Helping Hand, because obviously listen, you're going to be hiring other people while they're doing the same for you. The last 5 missions, Prepare for War. You have to use 250,000 military supplies. You can take your time on this and wait for the weekly missions to pop up when it comes to upgrading your character's skills. But I believe we might have had the last one for the Halloween event. I'm not sure. It might actually reset in like 24 to 48 hours. But this is only 250,000 military supplies. It isn't going to be too crazy. Generally, you can get that from just getting someone to like 10 or 12 out of their skills. The next one's called Stay Alert. You have to kill alert trait enemies 50 times. This can be on road maps, so on and so forth. I think some of the best places to do this is on the world map, where some of the earlier stages just do have like 3 or 4 waves of 5 enemies that are all alert characters. Next mission, Survival of the Fittest. You have to collect 1,000 survivors from the world stage. If you farm, you probably have done this already, but you can do this by using your scavenger tokens and just getting through those world map stages really quickly. Special Training is next, where you have to use Lilith, Ulysses, and Megan's 10 times. This is going to coincide with the 250,000 military supplies, so you can complete both of those missions at the same time. And lastly, Building a New Home. Use 500,000 materials, and again, this could be used with the military supplies and Ulysses, Lilith, and so on and so forth. Or you probably have done this already, just crafting grenades or something like that if you're trying to store your materials. So those are all the answers for the trivia missions right there, and it is to complete this roadmap at the top, Reaping Nightmares. And it is good to just complete this roadmap no matter what, because you are going to be able to get some tokens. If I go to the last stage, you can see we're going to get these tokens, ghost tokens, which you can use on a stash, which can get you some nice rewards. Plus, if you have completed the previous mini events, you will get this little collection item, and if you get all 3 of these collection items, you will get an avatar. And this avatar is part of a community contest that is going on with Scopely, where it's the Sinister Halloween community contest, as you can see. And it says, hey survivors, we are hosting a community contest for the Sinister Halloween event. The first 50 players to get the Smiling Pumpkin avatar and post it in the Halloween community contest channel in Discord will win 1 copy of an upcoming mystery fighter. And I think in the previous one it was an upcoming character was an ultra character, I'm not really sure, and it just basically means you have to pull less times for that character if you want to pull for them. The channel will be updated at 4 PM Pacific time on the 23rd of October. It does tell you how to get the Smiling Pumpkin avatar, and it says to get the Smiling Pumpkin avatar, players will need 3 cracked skulls. Players will be getting 1 cracked skull after completing each of the 3 Halloween mini events. Once you have collected all the 3 cracked skulls, you can trade in your cracked skulls for the Smiling Pumpkin avatar in the cracked skulls grey market. And then basically what you do is you take a picture of your profile like this with your avatar attached, and obviously put it in the correct channel on Discord, and then you will get a copy, like it says, of a mystery future fighter. This is only for the first 50 people who actually do this. Now, as you can see, I myself on my main region have only done 8 of the missions. I am going to be completing the rest on my live stream tonight. If you want to tune in and just chill out and maybe do the missions at the same time as me, you can. And I'm going to be progressing through the roadmap as well, which I have done already. I'm near the end. I will need some of my teammates to put Cal up on the friendly support, because friendly supporters do work if we go into the current stages that I'm on. The ones for Lee, I do have Lee, but if I didn't, I could potentially get the character from my faction support if faction support would update. There we go, it updated. It took its time. So people in my faction have already put up Cal's and have already put up Lee's, which is obviously great. But your faction will have to have at least 6 people, I believe, putting up Cal for the last roadmap if you want to complete it instantly and you don't have a copy of the character, because you can obviously only use 1 faction supporter each time. So I wouldn't use faction support unless you 100% have to, and that's gonna be tough because one of the missions is use faction supporter 10 times. So you could run into issues when it comes to these dolls. Best of luck if you do want to try and be one of the first 50. I'm gonna try and be one of the first 50, but if I do actually win, I'm gonna tell Scopely, hey, you know what? I don't need one of the characters, so don't worry too much about it. I'm just going to do it for fun. But best of luck if you do manage to get there and get yourself a copy of a future mystery character. Now, hopefully this has been useful for you guys. I did want to give people a bit of time to do this mission by themselves. There is 9 days left, but I have been asked quite a lot in the last like 24 to 48 hours, so I thought it was best time to get this video out. Best of luck if you want to enter that little community contest. I want to thank you very much for tuning into this video, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.